It's exciting,
Yeah.
huh?
So there may have been just a little bit of luck in the stands at last night's game in the form of a diehard fan from across the pond.
Oh, yes. George Martin is visiting Houston for the first time. Fans may know him as Astros Fans UK on social media. And, of course, he had to find a stop right here at Fox 26. We're so happy you came here.
Thank you so much. Me too.
Hey, welcome to Texas. What are you thinking so far?
Just the generosity and the people, it's been incredible. I've been welcomed in like it's my own home, and I can't put into words how much that means to me, having supported the Astros from thousands of miles away for so long.
So we do things a little differently here. Heat, for example.
Yeah.
we toasted it up really well for you.
Yeah.
So as I saw on social media, your first time walking into Minute Maid.
Absolutely.
It seemed to be really something that got you.
It really was. I mean, having seen it on TV hundreds of times over the years, it kind of becomes like a make-believe place which you think doesn't really exist. You get there in the flesh, you see it, and you can take it all in. And it was even better in the flesh than I expected. That might sound strange because I always loved Minute Maid from looking at it on ball games, but in person, much more spacious as a stadium, much larger than it gets credit for. I know that people talk about the dimensions and it being a small field to left and to right, but in the flesh, what a stadium. I absolutely loved my experience there, and it was so surreal.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that you're just loving every minute of it like you dreamed you would. Your love for the Astros began back in 1999. How did that happen?
It did. So I was, well, going back to when I was 14 years old, I played a lot of cricket, and I happened to be up late one night, and I was watching the ESPN, I think it was either Sunday night or Wednesday night baseball feed that was being broadcast on a network channel in the UK, and I saw the sport, baseball, and I loved it. I wanted to know more. I had no connection to America whatsoever, so I decided that if I wanted to get into the sport properly, that I would have to choose a team to support. So I had free reign, all 30 teams I could choose from. I didn't want to go the glory hunting route, so there was never going to be that bandwagon option of the Yankees was off the table from moment one. And it was actually, going back to that, it was actually Mike Hampton, the Bulldog, who he could hit. We're not talking about Shohei Ohtani levels of hitting, but in terms of back then when we were in the National League, he could hit the ball.
Yeah.
And so it kind of crossed over a little bit to a cricket interest where you have what we call all-rounders, the same as a two-way player, like someone who can bat and can bowl. So I said, right, okay, as well as the Killer Bees being another attraction for wanting to support the Astros, it was really Mike Hampton that lured me in. So I said, right, before the 2000 season, I'm going to be a Houston Astros fan. But lo and behold, before the season started, got traded to the Mets. So I had to make a decision. Do I follow Mike Hampton to the Mets and become a Mets fan, or do I stick with the Astros? I thought, if I follow Hampton, I'm going to end up changing the team that I support every year or two.
And you would have. You would have had to go to Colorado.
There you go. So yeah. So I said no. I've made my decision. I'm an Astros fan, and 23 years later, here I am.
I like how you tell the stories. Like, well, we do this, we do that as a true Astros fan. So that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
You've got quite a following, and how much did people? I guess what sense of recognition did you get when you go to the stadium?
Honestly, I don't consider myself any kind of, mover and shaker, whatever you want to call it. I do what I do.
We'll say it for you.
Oh, I appreciate that. No, I do what I do really to connect Astros fans, particularly in the UK. I've managed to find around about 250 over the course of because I've been an Astros fan for 23 years, started Astros Fans UK in the middle of 2017 when there was a then MLB UK event called Home Run Battlegrounds in Hyde Park in London, which they were setting up. They wanted to get a fan from each of the 30 teams. Someone reached out to me and I thought, right, okay, let's start this thing. And since then, just been on this mission to gather, develop, expand, cultivate the Astros fan base, and also globally as well. We've got Astros fans Norway, France, Germany, Taiwan, all these different locations. So we're trying to connect this thing, really build it in and connect it to the Astros themselves, so they can work with that. And I think I know that MLB have the way of doing things in terms of marketing, but in terms of Europe, that place is right for a team to grab the ball by the horns and really make it their own. And I think the Astros are placed, having had this dynasty.
Well, it was fun to see you there on Consolation Field too, so everyone just welcoming you here. Thanks for coming in. Before we go, can we hear you say y'all?
Y'all.
Take that, y'all.
Can I also show, if I can just show the flag as well, this Astros Fans UK flag.
As well it should be.
Love it.
Yeah, because this was you see that?
There we go. Thank you for sharing so much.
Go Astros.
We'll be right back.
George Martin, thank you.